Since the dawn of the production vehicle, consumers have had the privilege of witnessing many of the most bold and brilliant moments in the modern world. Whether they be of a technologically or philosophical persuasion, several cars have gone on to define eras, changing perceptions, and even improve societies. Though not every such car would go on to serve much, if any, practical or mainstream use, they still piqued our imaginations and showed us a world full of possibilities. In today's video, we will be showing you crazy vehicles that you will definitely like. Without further ado, let's begin. 2021 GMD T50. Publishing this list was basically put on hold just so we could include this car. Gordon Murray, famed designer for the McLaren F1, has sought to reintroduce a driver-focused car in an era where computers and fancy electronics ultimately determine how a car is allowed to be driven. What this means is that the new GMD T50 is a hypercar that does things differently from the others. For starters, besides its 12,100 RPM redline, there is nothing that stands out from the car as far as specs go. 1981 DeLorean DMC12. If there was ever a car that could define an entire generation, it would have to be the DeLorean DMC12. Its peculiarly desirable silhouette, with a blend of both futuristic and retro looks, would go on to catapult it to cult status as one of the co-stars of the Back to the Future movie series. Through the scope of being an actual automobile, there is nothing particularly desirable or outstanding about it. Its 130 horsepower engine could only propel the car from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just under 10 seconds, which makes you wonder how Marty McFly even got up to the 88 miles per hour needed to traverse the flow of time. 1970 Lancia Bertone Stratos HF0. As a precursor to the legendary Stratos HF rally car, Bertone built this one-off prototype for the 1970 Turin Motor Show. Its dramatic wedge shape had a profound effect on later automotive design, including many of Bertone's later cars from Lamborghini and Alfa Romeo. It rivaled the Ferrari Mondeo, which was also revealed in the Turin show by Pininfarina. The remarkable car was the work of Marcello Gandini at Bertone. With its space-inspired lines, Nuccio Bertone was initially going to call the car the Strato Limit before the final name was chosen. 2021 Tesla Roadster. The original Tesla Roadster was unveiled in 2007, boasting a top speed of more than 130 miles per hour, a range of 250 miles on a single charge, and a 0 to 60 mile per hour time of about 4 seconds. Its brief production run from 2008 to 2012 would set the foundation on which Tesla would proliferate its product to the mass market via the Model S, Model X, and Model 3. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has confirmed a return of the Roadster to the lineup, equipped with vast improvements over the first iteration. Time has been kind to this Roadster in this sense, as it looks to benefit from nearly a decade of additional R&D. 2020 Porsche Taycan Turbo S. The Porsche Taycan is the German sports car manufacturer's new production electric vehicle. It was designed to inject that soul that we have come to know and love from the company into a new platform that is powered entirely by electricity. Through this, it also has the distinction of going down in the books as the car that ushered in Porsche's first leap into electrification. With the introduction of the Taycan, we enter a new age for Porsche vehicles and really, a new age for all cars. The Taycan demonstrates that electric cars no longer have to be something that is full of compromises. This car seeks to make an electric car as impressive, if not better, as any other Porsche on the road. 1953 General Motors Firebird 1 XP21. The 1953 XP21 Firebird 1 is remarkable and very easily differentiated from just about anything else designed for the road. Though it resembles a jet airplane, its styling was more a nod to inspiration rather than to practical engineering design principles. Its primary purpose was actually an exercise in determining whether a gas turbine engine could be used as a viable power plant for production vehicles. The aptly named Whirlfire turbo power engine jet-propelled the Firebird 1 via its rear wheels and transmission. 1942 Leop Electric. Eat your heart out, Tesla. Leop Electric, literally the electric egg, was built by French artist, designer, and engineer Paul Arzin in 1942 for personal use. While contemporary Elon Musk can duly take credit for bringing electric cars to the mass market, his EV production is neither proprietary nor the first to hit the road. With a 60-mile range and a 37-mile-per-hour top speed, the Egg was the ultimate urban vehicle years before the first electric Smart for 2 took to the streets and more than half a century before EVs had any sort of mass production credibility. It was futuristic, unique, and a design masterpiece. The car was made of aluminum and plexiglass, and Arzin chose the electric powertrain due to shortages in petrol due to the war. It had a 100-kilometer range and could hit 70 kilometers per hour. 1956 Buick Centurion. Like many cars on this list, the 1956 Buick Centurion was a car that provided a glimpse into the future. A spectacular 4-passenger coupe with a fiberglass body and an all-glass panoramic roof, the red and white Centurion dream car, notably equipped with a television camera mounted in the trunk, a receiver on the instrument panel displayed images from the camera, thereby rendering the rearview mirror obsolete, the very first concept of the backup camera, if you will. The camera was also mounted in the tail cone, inspired by a fighter jet, a recurring theme in concept cars of the 50s. 1934 Voisin C25 Aerodyne. The height of Gabriel Voisin's vision was reached with the Aerodyne, a 4-seater fastback that exemplifies France's love for aviation. But unlike anything else from the period, Voisin was able to utilize modernist lines where the other design houses couldn't escape French curves. Lightweight expression is one main theme of the Aerodyne. Examples of this can be seen in the slender fender, which required support struts, an open cockpit, and small headlight surrounds. Another focus of the car is the retractable roof, which shaped the entire fastback roofline and closes directly onto the top of the windshield. The unit is pneumatic and relies on a twin-cylinder suction engine that is mounted in the trunk. Operation of top is slow, but nearly silent. 1948 Norman Tibbs Special. Mechanical engineer Norman E. Tibbs created a dramatic Streamliner in the 1940s, which in many ways was the ultimate American hot rod. He designed and fabricated much of the project himself, which included a custom aluminum body and steel chassis. The body was a nod to the German GP cars, which at the time mimicked aeronautical practice. Tibbs' design was free of the overindulgences such as huge chrome bumpers and large tail fins that eventually dominated American design philosophies of the day. The Streamliner's chic minimalist elegance was a rarity in America, even if it was outdated by post-war standards. So guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video!